Hey guys, today's video is going to be a little bit different from what I usually do because I just honestly don't have the time or the desire to make this look like the perfect video where I'm wearing makeup and my hair is not greasy and I have the camera angle just right and it's quiet and I just can't do that right now. As you probably could tell from the title of this video, I'm surviving 2 under 2, and that's basically what it is at this point. It's survival. My new little daughter here, Vienne, she is 5 weeks old. My son is 19 months old, and it has been quite an experience. Why are you making such a loud noise? And yes, before everybody freaks out, my daughter is formula fed. Cue the sanctimommies in the comments. Anyway, so what's there to say about 2 under 2? I mean, I just want to start out by saying that if you haven't seen any of my other videos, my channel is mainly about doing IVF and infertility. So both of my children were very planned. I planned even before the first one was born of when I was going to try to have the second one. So this was not an accident. I purposely did this to myself. And I knew it was going to be tough. I knew it. I knew it wasn't going to be a walk in the park. My son River was an extremely easy baby. I got so lucky with him, and I was not under the impression that the second one was going to be exactly the same. I knew there was no way she could be easier, and it would be a slim chance that she would be just as easy. So I knew she was going to be more difficult. It was just bound to happen. But you really can't predict exactly how it's going to be until you're in it. Like, hey, it's going to be tough, it's going to be hard, but you can't really predict the exact ways of how that's going to happen until you are experiencing it. So there's so many things that I was not specifically prepared for. And the biggest one being that both of these kids are just too young, obviously this one, but my 19-month-old is still too young to understand the concept of having to wait. So having to wait until mom's done feeding the baby, having to wait until I put her to bed, having to wait until I just calm her down a little bit. He can't understand that concept. So you are constantly being pulled in both directions. And it's really not something I could have ever prepared myself for, because you just can't until you're in that situation and you find yourself with 2 kids that need something right now, and you're only able to be in one place at one time. And yeah, you have 2 hands, but a lot of the times that's not enough. You need to be like a flippin' octopus with like 8 arms to do everything you want to do at one time sometimes. So having River either want attention or need something from me and having to say, hold on, honey, hold on, like mama's doing this first, is so much more difficult than I could have ever anticipated. Of course, there's the element of jealousy. I'm lucky that he was never like a super clingy baby. So I didn't really have to deal with him, feeling detached from me too much, but he has had his moments of jealousy for sure. Say hi. He has had his moments of jealousy, and he has, at times lashed out a little bit at her, give her like a bonk on the head or something, and then you feel so guilty saying, no, don't do that. And then if they do it again, then it just irritates the crap out of you. Like, he is the sweetest baby. Good burp. I swear he is so well behaved even for a toddler, but he's still a toddler. So if he bonks her off the head, he doesn't understand that he can't do that. So it's also, you have the challenge of having your time divided and split between 2 very, very needy children, but also having to teach the 19-month-old, no, you can't hit, do nice, do gentle. Like, they don't understand that concept, or at least they're still learning it. So when he bonks her off the head, I'm just like, ooh, like I just see red. And then you're sleep deprived, you have your hormones going on top of it, and there's been not really any time that I can recall before Vienne was born that I really lost my temper with River. But I mean, I did. That was the first time I lashed out, and he kept hitting her and I kept saying no. And the more I said no, the more he wanted to hit her. And it just set me off, and I yelled at him, and I, sat him on the bed and said, "Stay here." And of course he didn't stay there. And I mean, I was in tears for the rest of the night because of it. I felt so guilty. I felt so stressed. It's really nothing that I've ever experienced with him before. And of course it's not his fault. He's still learning. And it's gotten better. That was pretty much right when she was born. And I mean, I was, still an emotional, exhausted mess. And he was adjusting. But I've never felt mom guilt like that before. That was hardcore mom guilt. So yeah, they test you for sure when there's a new one. Even the non-super clingy ones, they definitely test you, and they definitely want to get your attention. So then, just doing the routine things that you're used to doing for your one child all of a sudden becomes a major hassle when you add another one on top of it. And this baby is definitely high maintenance. She's not the kind of baby like my son was that can be put down and just be happy on her own. Like if she's awake, 90% of the time she needs to be held, or she's fussy and crying. Even half the time that she is held, she's fussy and crying. But yeah, trying to keep her happy while just doing basic tasks like making breakfast or changing his diaper, or heaven forbid I try to do something for myself like take a shower or put on makeup, or anything like that. With one, so easy. My first child, easy baby, I could do everything I wanted to do, like nothing held me back. Now with two under two, one being very high maintenance, it is just a whole new ball game. Like holy crap, it's definitely challenging. Luckily I do have some help, but at the same time you don't want to be like completely dependent on that. So I try to do as much as I can, but sometimes it's just like either the baby just screams her head off, or I pass her off and hope that somebody else in my family can help keep her calm and keep her happy a little bit. But it's a challenge. Like she's not super easy, that's for sure. So then there's getting out of the house. As I mentioned before, I used to come and go whenever I wanted with my son. It was super easy. But with two of them, oh my God, I just feel like it's so sad to say, but it's true. I feel like I'm wearing two little balls and chains. Like it weighs you down so much to have that extra baby. And then, you throw in not just the actual baby, but you throw in all the stuff that they need. You need to pack all the extra diapers, the bottles if you're bottle feeding, and then his stuff, and then the routine that you once got so used to just gets thrown completely upside down. And then it's like leaving the house just doesn't even seem worth it at that point. Like it just takes so long, and by the time you get out, it's like you just have stuff everywhere, and the double stroller. Oh my God, I used to have this cute little umbrella stroller that I just wheeled around all happy. She's not happy, shocker. Okay, I'm alone. My grandmother was watching my son, and then she just took my daughter when she heard her getting fussy, and I was like, thank you so much. Having some help is like so nice. But honestly, even with it, like life is just still such a hassle. Getting back to my last point, leaving the house is awful. Going anywhere, you just feel like you're just moving your whole life, all of your possessions from point A to point B between all the diaper bags, double strollers. And then, when you're used to having a baby or a child, a toddler that doesn't take bottles or doesn't, need to eat every 3 hours, and then you have to go back to that, it's like, oh my God, like, forgot how much of an inconvenience this was. I like to just, throw a bag of Cheerios at River and be like, okay, you're hungry, here you go, like, feed yourself. Like, that's become, like, so nice, and now you have to go back to having such a dependent baby who needs to eat all the time. And you're like, why do you eat so much? And this child, poops so much on top of it too. So it's not just the eating, it's the constant, every single diaper pooping. Again, another thing that my son didn't do. I mean, I should just make a video of like how my son and daughter are different so far, because I mean, that would be like a 30-minute video right there, because they're basically different in every single way. Someone escaped from the care of my grandmother. Yes. we have an escape artist here. Say, yeah.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Say bye. I just locked him out and now he's knocking on the door. The other thing about 2 under 2 is, yeah, you can barely catch a break between the two of them. I mean, like, it's just constant go, 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 which I think probably is like the thing that would be the easiest to predict. But yeah, just a 19-month-old is just, they don't understand, hey, stop, don't run here, hold mama's hand. So like, it's just, you know, with a little bit of an older child, you know, even if they're not the most obedient, they can still understand a little bit better basic commands than a 19-month-old can. So, yeah, with 2 that don't understand things very well or at all, it's, yeah, it's totally exhausting. So this is certainly not my most glamorous video. It's not my most exciting update, but it's real and it's raw and this is life right now. But it's, I mean, it really is survival in the beginning. I don't know when this is going to become a little bit easier. If you've been there, I don't know, maybe you want to give me some advice on when, at what point does life feel normal again when you have 2 under 2? I just can't imagine it's going to be anytime soon, although it is getting better a little bit now. I think the worst of it was week 3, week 4, with her being fussy and, you know, not sleeping well at night, but she's getting better at sleeping, and River is adjusting to her, and I'm not such a hormonal basket case. But yeah, it's definitely still survival mode, and I really find myself looking forward to the time when they're like, you know, 3 and 4.5 or something like that. And I don't want to wish the time away, I really don't, but these days are just hard. Like, that's really, really, really hard and challenging, even with one toddler who is an amazing, amazing baby. It is still a challenge, especially, you know, because I have a little bit of a queen. We call her Queen V because she rules this household. Let me tell you that. She's the ruler of the household over here. So she's not even just the princess, she's the queen. So that's my latest update. My next video will probably be a video regarding my job as a surrogacy consultant, because I have some exciting news. My position is not changing, but I'm adding to my current position. I'm going to be starting a new part of my career, which is really, really exciting for me. So stay tuned to hear about that. And in the meantime, I am going to just be over here learning how to be a mom of 2 children under 2. There's quite a learning curve, I'll just say that much. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.